Ingram can shoot 2 to make it a 6-point ball game. First one up, good. .3 seconds left. Ingram hits the free throw. He's got 35 points. Second one up. Good. 76-70, 7 seconds left. Here's Burgess down the floor. Right side. Burgess to Eves. Eves pulls a 3, not even close as the time will sound, and the Eagles have moved to 4-1 on the year. They escape with a victory here in overtime.
Do you have concern that you gave up such a big lead, or do you take more pride in the fact that your fellas hung on at the end?
Oh, no, it's mixed emotions. I scheduled 3 games in 5 days, and before the season, on paper, it looked like a positive and great thing to do, but we don't have any depth, you know, so it caught up to us, and I was concerned about that. But what you saw in the second half was our legs just go. Shots started going short, free throws started hitting in front of the rim, started getting driven on drives on defense. So that's a sign of legs. But with that said, hats off to App State. Credit them. I mean, they drove the basketball. They responded, and we knew they were going to respond. They're a good basketball team, well coached, and you know, it's in Jason Capel. It's in the bloodline. You know, so hats off to App State. He's doing a great job, and I'm proud of our guys for responding.
I think you answered the question, but was it the legs that gave out in the second half, or because I was going to ask, did y'all cool off that much in the second half, or was y'all just so hot in the first that it just looked like that?
Maybe a combination of both. You know, this game a game of runs, man. You know, somebody go on a 10-0 run or 6-0 run, then someone's going to come back and respond, and that's just the game of basketball. Normally the team that has the latest run and the last run in the game and get a couple of stops and a score is going to win, and we're fortunate to do that.
In the first half, man, y'all came out so strong. They really had to react to y'all. What was y'all doing in particular?
You know, just weaving it, and you know, the guys are really executing. I thought we took a little too many jump shots. With the new rules, man, just put your head down and just run over people. That's what I tell them, you know, because you can't touch anyone, and it's tough to guard people now, and we just have to make the necessary adjustments. But we executed in the first half, and in the second half, we got in a couple of guys got in foul trouble, and you know, we didn't look as efficient, but you know, we found the way, and that's what it's about sometimes.
You know, if anybody were to say, well, you know, State is not the same State team as last year. Appalachian State ain't so much. Is it time to just start saying Central is just simply a good basketball team?
You know, I think we deserve that respect, but, you know, we can't control who they have. You know, all we do is schedule and play the schedule. You know what I'm saying? So I try not to concern myself with none of those things. My job is just to coach my team, and we're not there yet. We're not a good basketball team. We've been fortunate this week to win three games against some in-state rivals, but you know, the guys, I walked in the locker room, it was almost like a loss, and I'm kind of proud of that because they expect more from themselves. And I told them, get the state thing out your system. That's equivalent to a ride at the fair where you go up and down, and say we, but when it stops, you got to get off that ride and go find another one. So we're done with that ride. You know, it's no more NC State. I haven't responded to any more NC State text messages, questions or nothing. That's out the system. It's time to move on.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Coach, in overtime, when Groves hit that big 3, afterwards I saw you give him a hug on the sideline. What did it mean to you to see him hit that 3?
Really emotional. I coached a kid in high school, so, you know, we got a rich, deep history. You know, I know him well. He hasn't made the necessary adjustment right off top. He's a grad student, and our only practice time is 6 o'clock at night, and that's his classes. So sometimes he's lost out there. He's trying to gather everything. So, you know, it's no excuses. We do what we do, and I was upset with him a couple of times for unnecessary fouls on the other end, but he really responded and hit a big shot.
And, Coach, on the other end of the floor, you had Burgess, who was a spark for Appalachian State in the second half. Was he a player that you keyed in on during your practice during the week, or just tell us a bit about how he played today? He
was outstanding in the second half. We went under a couple of ball screens, and we just wanted to get out there and contest and show. And he made some tray balls, man, and he really got those guys some momentum and some confidence.
42-35, back to a 7-point margin. And again, Houston goes around the screen to the left side. KJ, top of the key, goes to Chapman, right wing. We'll set a double screen for Ingram. Ingram, three-pointer, top of the key, good. He leaves his hand up. 2:22 to go. The Eagles need a bucket big time here. 2:17 left. KJ with the ball left side. Hand off to Poobie. Poobie. Little backdoor cut to Ingram. Pump fake. Ingram got it to go. He got it off the right side. And Ingram with 29 points. And head coach LeVelle Moton calls a 30-second timeout.
Free throws in the state game was what got you in overtime. Yes. Any concern with that necessarily?
Not really no concern, man. I just gotta don't let it get mental. I kept falling short, kept choking my form, so just gotta follow through, keep my form up, and on to the next game.
How does that work though with a player like yourself? You're such a killer throughout the game, and so in moments like that, it would seem like it would just be gimmies for you.
Yeah, I mean, actually in crunch time, I did hit a couple in overtime, but you know, like I said, I kept choking my form. So it was just mental. I kept falling short, tried to get it up a little bit, then went long. So I just got to stay with my same routine and just keep doing what I'm doing.
Would you say y'all necessarily cooled off that much in the second half, or the first half y'all were just so lights out it seemed that way?
I wouldn't say we cooled off. I would just say they was playing a little harder than us. I mean, we were playing hard, but evidently we weren't playing hard enough because they closed the gap. We just had to mature and stay positive and just try to come out with the win.
Was it anything that in particular they were doing in the second half that were giving y'all problems?
Our wings weren't really locking down on defense. You know, they took the arm bar out, so we just got to sit down and move our feet better.
You got two big scoring games in a row, NC State and then tonight. Tell us a bit about your performance.
Well, really, I just, I salute my teammates for that. They set good screens and get me open and just spread the floor out, and we just execute our plays, and I end up with high-scoring games.
Groves hit a big three in overtime to help seal the game. Tell us a bit what it was like to see that happen on the floor.
That was an amazing shot, man. I mean, he can really shoot it. He shoots it well in practice, so when it went up, I knew it was going in, so it was a great shot.
Ingram with the basketball, and the logo here at North Carolina Central. Eagle head, 16 on the shot clock, trying to get Ingram open. Got him on the left wing. Tried to flash to Parks, 11 on the shot clock. Top of the key, they go to Poobie. Poobie, 7 on the shot clock, finds Groves. Groves, 3, up, good! 4-point ball game.
Shot to pretty much give you guys the edge there at the end, man. Total confidence in that stroke?
Yes, I come in the gym, shoot every day, preparing myself for that shot.
Jeremy has been the hot man throughout the season, but it looks like you got something to add as well as far as scoring.
Yeah, I just got to feel my way through the system. I'm new to this. Once I get a hold of the system, I think I should be good.
Was that something Coach Moton talked about? I know early on he talked about needing to get you and Antonin involved to help carry that scoring load. Did y'all have a conversation about that in the last couple days or so?
Yeah. We need more scoring off the bench, to help the starters. And he just told me to be ready. And we prepare every day to be ready.
You got Chapman out there distributing the ball. What's it like to have him as a teammate?
It's great. I just spot up, he finds me, gets me open shot. That's all I'm looking for. It's open shots, ready to knock it down.
That big three, is that moment that you've dreamed about?
Yes, but like I said, I prepared every day. When I got the shot, I stepped up, I hit it. I knew I was going to make it.
Hamilton will get in triple threat position, drive to the baseline, cut off by Parks. Ball entry pass knocked away by KJ. Up the floor to Poobie and to Jordan Parks. And Parks with the slam. On the fast break, he's got 6. The crowd enjoy that. Timeout by Jason Capel, and they'll stretch it out to a full timeout as it's 39-24.
I saw you toward the end of the game I think y'all missed a shot. You got the rebound, and you was at midcourt smiling. What was that?
I mean, what more can you expect out of this? They're a great team. You know what I mean? And we have them up. But you don't want to get complacent because you know they're going to make a fight and they're going to push. And those kind of games excite you. As a basketball player, you want to be in those situations. As a little kid, those are situations that you count down and shoot the game when it's shot. So it was just a great feeling.
So that was fun, even though y'all had these guys on the ropes in the first half. They came back, and it was still fun enough that you were smiling.
Yeah, it's still basketball, and I found it. You find the joy in it. I'm not saying it was funny at all, because that's not okay. We got to be able to keep people down, and that's the main thing that we chewed ourselves out about. You know, as teammates, we chewed each other out, and our coaching staff. But at the same time, you can't get down on it. If it happens, you got to respond, and you know we responded.
What did they do in the second half, man, to fight back and make this a game at the end?
They just fought. They fought. And when they fought, they attacked the basket. They got some fouls. They got some calls that go their way, and they got back into the game.
Are you concerned that you had such a big lead and they was able to battle back, or is that just basketball?
Of course. It's basketball, but at the same time, you can do everything that you can to stop that from happening. So it is basketball, but we can do more to prevent that.
Okay.
Ingram had another big game for you tonight. What's it like to have him in the backcourt along with you?
Tremendous. It makes it easier for me. You guys know how I am. I'm okay with giving that pill up. So if he's scoring it and other people are scoring it, it makes my job that much easier.
Yeah, Groves hit that big three in overtime. What was that like out there on the floor?
It's great to see him actually make a shot. You know, he's a great shooter. He came into this school with a reputation of a great scorer. He just haven't done it yet. And to see him hit a big one is great because I know he can shoot it.
Ask you a question about the other end of the floor. Burgess out there had a big game in the second half from three. What was it like defending him?
He's a great player. It's a great matchup. He made some tough shots, and that's all I can do is defend him.
And the level of play, in terms of big state versus maybe not so big App State?
No, they had some athletes down there as well. They had some big bangers that were just going to the basket. So it wasn't so much of a drop-off talent-wise or with the physicality.
Okay.
One more question for you. First half, Jeremy Ingram went up, tried to slam it home over a big defender. What was it like when you were watching him out there?
I've been getting on my wings myself. That ain't nobody dunk. We ain't had a dunk in like 3 or 4 games. So I've been challenging him at least to go up and try it. Even though he got a charge call, it got the fans up and they got our juices flowing.
And one more question about the fans. They came out in big numbers tonight. What do you have to say?
It's great to see that. It's great to see that. The support is much needed. In the overtime game at home, that's a big factor. That's a huge factor. So I thank them for this win.